Hello there, and we are live. See ya,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the third installment, week 3, of my show with Sam Shaffeq. No other person than Sam Shaffeq, You're welcome to the Premier League Cruise Show. And you know what, I got no other person than my partner in crime, Sam Shaffeq. Sam Shaffeq, you're welcome to the show, my brother. And you're looking great, man.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. In fact, it's good evening. Morning is in America.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
I'm excited, actually. I'm excited for this show, and I'm excited about the outcome and all the contents that we are bringing to this show and to the London fans cruise show as well. So we are moving forward.
See, guys, our shots are blowing up, since we partnered with our big friend here, Sam Shaffeq. Our shots are blowing up. Just go out there and check our shots, and of course it's credit to another person than Sam Shaffeq, my guy, my buddy.
Thank you.
Doing lots of good things for us, and of course with this partnership we'll keep moving forward. See, Sam, you're welcome to the show, man. Another week of the Premier League cruise, another week of talking about what's going on in the Premiership. Our teams, definitely, of course, I know Manchester City, Arsenal, Newcastle. See, but we're going to start from your team, last weekend. Sam, do you remember your prediction for that matchup last week?
For which match?
For your matchup, Manchester City versus Newcastle.
I actually thought Newcastle. I actually predicted Newcastle will beat Manchester City, and I thought maybe Manchester City will get a draw out of it. But that was a very good win for Manchester City. They have done a really, really good job, and they have got the result. They've grinded the results, and those are the kind of results that would make a difference.
But see, Sam, wait. Should City be grinding out results against Newcastle? You guys are European champions. You guys could be smashing these lots, right?
If you look at it, we didn't have Bernardo Silva, we didn't have John Stones, we didn't have De Bruyne. We've lost Gundogan, we've lost Riyad Mahrez. So 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 players from last week's starting 11 were unavailable. So now, with the new group of people that we have, and we managed to win against Newcastle, who is a very, very good team this season. As you have seen on the first match of the season, Newcastle beat Aston Villa 5-1. So, and Aston Villa is a strong team, and we get to Aston Villa as well.
But see, the ball possession. I'll just take you through the stats of that matchup with Newcastle. 41% ball possession to Newcastle. Mind you, this game was played at the Etihad. 59% ball possession to Manchester City. And you're at home. I think that Rangalan Bell's goal attempts are 14 to Man City, of course, definitely at home. To 7 for Newcastle. Shots on goal, 4 to Manchester City, 1 to Newcastle. Very poor from Newcastle. Shots off goal, 10 to City, 6 to Newcastle. Free kicks, 15 to City, 13 to Newcastle. Corner kicks, 3 to Man City, 0 to Newcastle. See, that was a total. Apart from the ball possession, which was 59% to Newcastle's 41%. That was a that was kind of like like a dominating show from Manchester City. You guys dominated the ball, and as far as I'm concerned, I really thought that Newcastle allowed Phil Foden. I don't know the reason why. Yeah, because if Kevin De Bruyne was there, I don't think they would allow him to just, give him the room to just kind of like run in and about your midfield. The room with which Foden was left to operate, yeah, in the middle of the park and just orchestrate some certain type of movements, passes, yeah, it was criminal. It was criminal, yeah. I just felt Newcastle didn't give it a whole lot. I felt Man City were tired. You could see it in the way they were playing. They were tired, but out of experience, they just ran the whole show. Yeah, and they just left Phil Foden to just run that team, ragged at the end of the day. What do you think about that, Sam?
I think Manchester City has it in itself, or they have it in their self, especially the this group of people. They want to
Mm,
show that they are up to the standards, and
yeah,
they can do the job when given the opportunity, um, and they want to stand out, and they want to keep their 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 opportunity, the opportunity that is given to them. They want to keep it, and they want to continue with it. They don't want to go back to the bench when the other ones are available.
yeah,
So it's a fight for for startups, for starting the matches, and that
yeah,
makes the competition very, very good and gives a better results to Manchester City. The main concern I have is Guardiola going through an operation for the next
yeah.
two matches.
I think he went through a back operation. But mind you, Mama Flossie just came into the charts. Mama Flossie, big ups to you. Mama Flossie, I would need you one of these days when I take everything, I put everything in shape. I will need you to be my moderator on this channel, yeah, Mama Flossie. And I'll also need you here because you're a true journey. One of these days you have to come in here and do a show with us, Mama Flossie, because I've seen you do shows and I love your shows. Absolutely love your shows. So it's been nice to have you down here. Sam, you were saying something, right?
Yeah, so Guardiola is having an operation on his back, and he will be absent for 2 weeks. I think this will have an impact on Manchester City. I hope it's not going to be big of an impact. So because having Guardiola there, um, it's a different situation when you have Guardiola there than when you don't have Guardiola. There's two different situations, and we don't know how the players would cope with it, how everyone around the players would act, and we'll have to see. We'll just have to see
Yeah,
how.
how that goes with Pep Guardiola. But
Yeah,
see, yeah, in that matchup with Newcastle, yeah, even if I felt like with the ball possession you guys had, and with the way Newcastle just left Phil Foden and Kovacic to just carve them apart, yeah, in some cases. I did feel that City should have been at the back end of some more goals. Of course, there were some top saves from Pope, the goalkeeper for Newcastle. Top saves, but yet, yeah, the way they set up. Do you think they set up negatively in this matchup? Because I don't know. They just left Isaac in a double pivot up there, Almiron together with Gordon. Most of them were in the midfield with Guimares. It was just jam packed, and Phil Foden was just giving license to run. Kovacic also, Grealish was also. seeking opportunities and trying to find Alvarez and Haaland, in open spaces. So I didn't really
Um,
see that close marking from Newcastle. I just really felt they should have given you guys a little bit of a pressure down the throat, but I didn't see that coming. Is it that the atmosphere in at the Etihad was really that spectacular, or is it that you guys? I don't know. There has to be something because that's not the Newcastle that we've come to really see and perceive in this league.
you see, when you think of Etihad, you wouldn't think many people get deceived by, oh, Etihad doesn't have an atmosphere and so and so. But as a player, when you walk in, and as a fan, as a away fan, when you walk in and you realize, oh, sugar, they actually have a vibe here. They are noisy here. We haven't been
Mm,
called noisy neighbors for no reason in the
for no
past.
reason.
Yes. So Itihad is something that shocks people, and one of
Yeah,
the main reasons Erling Haaland came to Manchester City is the Etihad.
it's the Etihad. The
Yeah,
spirit
he
there, right?
loved it. He saw it and he loved it and he experienced the vibe there. That's why he liked it. And I believe that had an impact on Newcastle players because they didn't think they would receive such a they are received in such a way with the vibe that Manchester City fans gave on that day, especially on the first day. And I tell you
Yeah.
what, the rumors is going around for the Fulham game, and they are preparing big time for the Fulham game. A very
Mm,
very big time for the
very big
Fulham
time.
game. It's going to be a lot noisier.
Actually, I think you guys are playing Sheffield United
We are playing Sheffield United uh,
this
this
weekend.
week, this weekend away, but then
Oh, the home game.
the
Okay,
home
it's
game
against
next week is going to be a
Fulham.
big one
A
because
big
I have
one.
already received a lot of information and the package and the advice, and we are even going to go on top of Fulham fans where it was
Mm.
allocated to Fulham, but now no longer allocated to Fulhams because Fulham couldn't sell those tickets,
Wow.
so they are selling them to Manchester City fans, where
City
we will be
fans.
um, on top of Fulham fans, especially those noisy
But again,
ticket
do,
holders.
do you blame Fulham fans? They don't want to come to the Etihad and see their team beating black and blue by Manchester City. Of course, you can understand why they can't sell the tickets, right?
Yes, 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 I understand, and because uh, as as somebody that watches football, I don't see Fulham doing anything this season, and if they survive, they would be very lucky.
Yeah, yeah. And again, when you're missing a big time striker like Mitrovic, yeah, I think it will go down to really affect their efficacy in their attacking,
Yeah.
in their attacking structure of that team. Not top of losing Willian, probably to Saudi Arabia, I think so. But I know Willian is out or something like that.
Now William
I
has gone
think
to Saudi.
it's gone to Saudi definitely. And also there used to be a player that used to be there, Paulinha. I don't know if he's still there, but
Paulina is still there. Um, there's quite a few players that are still there, but they need a front man and they need a few refreshments to
yeah, if
refresh
you
the squad.
to refresh that squad. Yeah, but
Mhm.
anyway, that's Fulham. We'll still get to their weekend game, but yet again, here Sam Alvarez coming answering the call yet again for you guys. I remember you were actually driving. I think you were on a drive back home. Yeah, when I told you that, man, Alvarez has already got to your goal, and you're like, oh my god, because you went to
For
the London
Manchester
football.
United,
Yeah,
Manchester
exactly.
United,
Yeah,
Tottenham.
the Tottenham game. So you were coming back. So I knew you couldn't watch that game, but again, Alvarez coming to save you guys
What a
again.
goal! What a goal!
What
I
a goal!
what a goal! And if you see his goals are usually very powerful. The Argentinian football players are really good at shooting the ball, and
Mm,
like their shot, wow, they're very powerful.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he has it in him. He's but remember, he's just turned 20. He has just turned 20.
But again, should we be looking at this guy? The other time podcast I've just come in, guys. The other time podcast is my very big friend. I started with him. I was going to shows as I started YouTube. So this is my very big friend. I'm really hoping he can come around so we can have some shows soon. I don't know. I have to get him on board quite soon if he wants to pop in. As he has a lovely Chelsea fan TV, so he's just growing that channel. So, guys, please, if you're watching this show back, go show my very, very big friend, the other time podcast, some love. My great guy there, that's my brother. And also, see, Sam, yeah, it's easy when you say Alvarez is just a 20-year-old. This guy has raked in trophies. See, apart from Manchester City, he's raked in an international career that has spanned through, the South, the Copa America. He's also won the World Cup. That's how big this guy has gotten. Yeah, and
Yep.
coming down to club side is gazumped, the cream de la cream of trophies and
Mm.
personal accolades, yeah. But the most, hmm, the most eye-catching one is for him to come off the bench and get to challenge Haaland in a way, yeah, in
Yep.
some way, yeah, and get up to 17 goals last season. That still it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth that there's a striker, yeah, who's in Manchester City, yeah, who could who could come from the bench. We all knew how many games Alan played last season, yeah, and how, of course, how prolific he was in front of goal. But for Alvarez to come in from the bench, and put in at least up to 17 last season, just 20-year-old, it shows the type of striker that he is. He's a dangerous, dangerous one. The only thing I don't know about his whole dynamic right now is if Haaland gets injured, can you say, Alvarez, I trust you in that position?
100%. 100%. I will. I have full faith in Alvarez, and I believe Alvarez is the new Aguero.
Oof,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Yes. Yeah. I believe he has the potential to be just like Aguero. I know Aguero is miles ahead of him, but he's a young boy and he can develop and he can be just like Aguero and he can be and can have an impact almost the same as Aguero. I cannot say the similar to Aguero because Aguero gave us the first Premier League and
Yeah,
that 93-20
he's a
is
legend. He's a
like
legend. He's a legend.
he's a
Come on.
legend. Yeah. However, Alvarez can have the same quality, can develop the same qualities, and can get to the same level. I would say.
Uh,
What
but will you say he has achieved what Aguero has never achieved?
um, I wouldn't say that because Aguero has
He's won the Champions League. Aguero never had that.
100%, 100%. On that note, yes, but he's not the one that won the Champions League for Manchester City.
True.
He was part of the team that won the Champions League for Manchester City. However, Aguero is the one that won the first Premier League for an upcoming team like Manchester City back in
That's a big one.
2012. Yes,
That's a big one. That's a big one. Okay, good. Before we move away from this Man City stuff, yeah, what would you like to say about Newcastle, really? Do you think this game against Man City slows them down a bit, opens them up to more beatings and maimings in the league? Or do you think they'll get it together? They will shape up and then they will match on to the next one and show their anger and their thirst for blood?
I think Crystal. I think Newcastle
Mm,
is is a very good team, and this season will be another remember, this is um, the second season for Eddie Howe's second, I would say, full season
yeah,
for Eddie Howe at Newcastle, and the second season with the new ownerships. So it will take time, but what they have achieved so far is phenomenal. However,
yeah,
this season I believe they will focus on Europe more than the Premier League, because they haven't been in Europe in the past and they want to go as far as possible in Europe. I'm not sure about Champions League, but if they end up in Europa League, they will try to win that. However,
mm,
the Premier League, I will say they will struggle because the European games and going
yeah.
on
The European
Wednesday.
games will come crashing. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Again, I also doubt if they have the squad depth to actually
yeah,
fight on all on all fronts. Mind you, they have the Carabao Cup, of which they went to the Carabao Cup last final last season with Manchester United. There's also the FA Cup, the Premier League. Hard and grueling games will be coming up, especially with the international games coming up very very soon.
yeah,
That might also add to the injury list. With most of these guys, mostly with injury prone players like Isaac, who will be down there. And Miron also playing South America also. They have all these, 1, 2 players who are, a bit uh, friendly with the treatment table. And, it might be a very big problem for them. They also have internationals like Tonali also. So all these guys here, it might just come to a time when they might start experiencing the fatigue that comes from all this competition. So it might be a very, very big, deep waters for them to swim on all competitions, and injuries might start setting in. But again, that's Newcastle, right?
mhm.
Let's go to West Ham Chelsea,
Oh,
my brother.
oh, oh,
Sam, you were there live. I see.
oh,
You covered most of these things live, yeah.
oh.
Go into that game, yeah. Give me, because I knew you had one-on-ones, yeah, with some of the West Ham fans, with some of the Chelsea fans. You were there. What really happened? What was the atmosphere like? What was everything like?
I'm gonna tell you. Before the match,
Mm,
every both set of fans
yeah.
were believed that West Ham is gonna lose, and
Wow.
uh, and the manager is gonna get sacked. Most of them.
Are you serious?
Most of the ones that I spoke to believed
Wow.
David Moyes will get sacked after the game, losing 4-0, 5-0. Some of them said 2-0, 3-0. So there, some optimistic ones said, "Oh, we're gonna get a draw out of this."
Mm,
Yeah, and
mm,
Chelsea fans were so excited, and they thought they will win it by 3 goals or 4 goals.
mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
However, 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 I must
However,
tell you, when the match finished, I
mm,
have never seen a hostile, atmosphere after the match finished. It was insane. West
mm.
Ham were unbelievable. West Ham fans were so loud, you could hear them from miles away. They
Miles
were
away.
so happy. The kids, the West Ham kids fans. I spoke to one family, and they messaged me 2 days ago. They said our son hasn't taken his shirt off yet. So it's been a crazy moment for them. They um, they are so excited, and after the match they believe they will get to their hopes. They had their hopes up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Hmm. But,
Just
but, but again, yeah. See, Sam, you went to Chelsea Football Club. Sorry, to that West Ham area to check this thing. Yeah, Chelsea signing Caicedo. Yeah, bringing in Lavia. Yeah, for big time money. This is not small money. Caicedo is English record. Yeah, 150 million pounds. Yeah, spent on this guy. Yeah, and they also went out. Also and brought in a Lavia into this team. They've spent money on Jackson. They brought in Jackson also. Mind you, they also spent quite big money bringing in Mudrik, the Ukrainian superstar, yeah, and brought into Chelsea also. And with the way he was playing, man, he just looked totally his depth. He couldn't cross the ball. In fact, the only shining light down there, man like Matt is in the house. Man like Matt, I told you to get in touch with me on Instagram, but I've not seen your message. Get in touch with me on Instagram, my brother, man. Big up to you. Good evening. I'm with Sam Shafiq, our brother uh, who goes around London stadiums and takes interviews, and he's also a podcaster himself too. So we have our own separate show where we talk about the Premiership and all that. So man like Matty, welcome to the show. See, yeah, for Chelsea to have all this wealth, yeah, of players around, they spent on Modric, gave him a slave contract, 8 years, brought in Caicedo, another slave contract, yeah, gave all these players slave contracts over inflated prices. Me and you argued over in one of our YouTube shots. Me and you were seen arguing about Enzo Fernandez. If you remember, this was just last week, yeah? Me and you were arguing over Enzo Fernandez. You said he's gonna be this player that, that would, he is good, it's okay. They need to go back to Portugal and give them lots of more money. See, it's not working for Chelsea, is it?
um I think it's early days for Chelsea. It's very early days for Chelsea.
Mm,
Um, they will come up. They will do okay in this season. Um, I think if you watched Sterling during the match, he was the best player during that match. He had his best game in a Chelsea t-shirt.
yeah.
So I believe they all, once everything clicks, Chelsea will be a threat to so many teams. And I genuinely believe in Pochettino. I have met Pochettino quite a few times, and he's somebody that has a great personality, and he will make a difference. Um,
Mm,
I have so much belief in him, and I see where what his plans are. Is just
mm,
the trial errors are not over yet.
mm. But,
If if
but
the
again, but
penalty
again,
if the penalty of
but again, should it be trial and errors? You, you've just brought in killers, yeah, supposedly killers. Enzo Fernandez just won the World Cup, yeah. is in that team. Yeah, Caicedo, a midfield general for Brighton Football Club, is in that team. You have a Jackson, of course. I know he's new to the league, but he should be putting up something. The only shining light was Sterling, who was running the show around, for
Yeah,
them, getting crosses into the box, but nothing was simply happening. The offensive players were just totally goofing the whole opportunities. Modric couldn't get a decent cross into the 18-yard box. Just shocking. There was no correction with the team there. I didn't see any. See, you know what? Yes, Sam. When when a team goes into a project, you need to see encouragement. You need to see motivation. You need to see a style of play. I did not see a style of play coming from Chelsea Football Club. And
I
mind
think
you, this West Ham is a Declan Rice-less West Ham. You could just go through them and bruise through them. Trust me, they don't have the steel in the middle of the park. And these guys are still beating Chelsea Football Club 3 goals to 1. Sam, it's shocking.
it's more of a West Ham had a bigger motivation than Chelsea, and had the penalty gone in, it would have
Mm,
been a different game for Chelsea and for both teams. Um, in fact, I met the goal scorer, West Ham goal scorer, as well as the same
yeah, I
person who
saw,
got red
saw your
card.
picture.
Yeah. So when I spoke to him, he said,
Mm,
"I wanted to make a difference.
mm,
Today, I wanted to make a difference." So every every West Ham player wanted to come in and make a
yeah,
difference and show why they are worth more than
mm,
the players at Chelsea.
yeah.
And
Well,
remember,
see,
everyone is trying to show themselves so they can at least get the approach, whether they move or not, but at least get the approach, the big contract approach from Saudi.
yeah. But,
Yeah.
but again, what do you think that West Ham did differently to
I
actually
think
topple Chelsea off? What did they do differently?
I think when he changed the tactic, uh, the second half uh, played he had a major impact on Chelsea,
Mm,
um, and I think given the opportunity to Modric, the Ukrainian guy, I don't think he's up to his standard.
yeah,
He's and giving him number 10, I don't think that is right. Caicedo shouldn't have been part of the match because he was
part
trying.
of the match plan. Yeah,
Yeah, it
exactly,
shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been because he he hasn't sorted out his how the living situation. His house hasn't been sorted out. His
exactly. It's just
accommodation,
like
all
throwing
of
him
it.
under the bus, right?
Huh?
It's just like throwing him under the bus. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
His thought process is all over the
it's
place. He's
all over the
changing,
place.
changing house and everything. So he's not settled yet, and he puts him in there while they are losing, and obviously he's gonna do mistakes.
He's gonna do
But once
mistakes.
once they settle and he plays behind Fernandez, oh,
Mm.
that midfield is gonna be a killer midfield.
He's gonna be a killer midfield, right? See, Arsenal since 1987. This is my guy. Yeah, this is my guy. Arsenal since 1987. Welcome to the show. I know you could be anywhere, right now because there's lots of shows going on right now. Yeah. So, and of course, that's why the chat is a little bit dry for now. But it's nice that you guys are coming in right now. He says, man, like Matt says here, possible Salah to Saudi has Liverpool fans scared. We're gonna come down there, yeah. We're gonna come down there, and of course, Arsenal since 1987 also says here. Um, Breaking news: Tierney set to leave Arsenal on loan to Real Sociedad. See, we got Sam Shaffeq down here. Me and him will talk about all these things. That's why me and him are here. You know, see, Sam, that's a big one. Tottenham Hotspurs versus Manchester United. You were in that show. You brought
Wow.
us lots of goodies and interviews for that show, man. Could you just take us through that game? Because I can't stop, laughing at this Manchester United fans. Because see, Sam, I, I feel that this mainstream YouTubers are doing people a certain disservice. Yeah, they look at teams like Manchester United, Liverpool, all these teams as the teams that will challenge your major earners this season. And I'm sorry, these are lies. They're lies from the pit of hell. These guys can't even challenge for this title. Just look at Manchester United midfield. It tells you the whole story. Just look at how that midfield is. And right now, see, that team is not only on the low, yeah, beaten by Spurs, yeah. A manager just came to the league, Postecoglou, who doesn't even have any idea of how this league runs, yeah. Just beat Eric Ten Hag. Good. Just scratch that, put that elsewhere. They have a midfielder, Mason Mount, a dead and washed up midfielder, yeah, who these guys brought from Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea is good at selling all their dead wood, yeah, to other teams. They've done it to Arsenal. They've sent us their dead meat and their dead wood to us. Arsenal is a different ball game. But to Manchester United, yeah, they sold this guy, Mason Mount, for about, I think, 50 to 60 million pounds. And it came down to Manchester United. Now it's injured. It's in the treatment table. Mind you, they brought in a striker for about 70 million pounds, a certain 21-year-old Hoyland, yeah, whose big experience is in Atalanta. Of course, he played in the Champions League. I clearly understand that, yeah. But he only scored about 9 goals in the Italian Serie A for Atalanta, yeah. And they brought him for about 70 million pounds, yeah. And he's also on the treatment table, yeah. These guys have no clue. And I think Arsenal, Arsenal will be left with that duty all over again to challenge for this title against Manchester City. Because all these other teams, yeah, we've been hearing, oh, they're preparing, oh, they're getting more players, they're adding. They'll do nothing. Same thing with Newcastle against Man City. I actually thought you gave the game to Newcastle. I actually thought these guys would give Man City a run for their money. Man City, just as European champions, went to the Super Cup, yeah, beat up Sevilla in a hard-fought game, yeah, tired looking, came back, and Newcastle couldn't even take advantage of those situations. Yeah, that tells me that all these teams aren't ready. It's down to Arsenal. But since we've not gotten to Arsenal, let's leave that. Tottenham Hotspurs versus Manchester United.
Wow. What a
Mm.
what a match. Postecoglou. Oh
Tony
my
Barra is in
God.
the house. Big ups, Tony Barra. That's a very lovely guy. Tony Barra, thank you so much. You and Arsenal since 1987. Man like Matt, thank you so much. You guys show me love. Thanks. I really appreciate this. It's big for me and for Sam Shaffeq that you can come out here and show us some love. Big ups to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tottenham, Manchester United. That match was was insane. And as I told you, I predicted the match to be 2-0 Tottenham, and I knew the manager would make a difference. I knew the manager would make a difference, and I knew Madison would make a difference. Now, I obviously found out about Basuma. I found out about Sar. Oh my God.
Oh my God, those guys
They
are playing, man.
they
Postecoglou got these guys playing.
they ran the show. They
Oof.
ran the show. They did everything. They hit the crossbar. They hit the post. They did everything during that match. That match should
Mm.
have been 4-0, 5-0 for Tottenham. And guess what? When we came out and spoke to the Tottenham fans, I have never seen them this excited. I have never seen Tottenham fans this excited. And they
Yeah.
were singing their hearts out. They were
Yeah,
singing
because
their hearts out.
you were in the stadium, so you felt everything. You felt, every bit of emotions coming out from that stadium.
Mhm.
There was an interview you brought from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and two Tottenham Hotspur fans. They were guys, yeah, they were men, yeah, and they were talking, and two of them said, you know what, yeah, we're not even really crazy about winning trophies. Of course, Tottenham Hotspurs, they never want to win trophies, but the most important thing that they said was that just seeing a manager to just put these players up, this 11-man team up, and have a style of play, how they're playing. That is what I got from those two. And that's the most important thing. A manager who would come in and imprint his brand of football into a team. That's what you need as a team that's going into a different project. That's what it's called these days. Yeah, it's not just for Arsenal. Every other team are, embarking on this project. But for Postecoglou to come in and embark on this project, get them a draw against Brentford, have a, quite a good preseason, and again beating Manchester United, who people are saying they'll win the league or challenge Manchester City this season, and beat them up 2-0. It's huge. It's big. It's
It's
big.
very.
He got them playing.
Yes, I'm telling you what, I am. I'm looking forward to the derby of Arsenal Tottenham. That would be
Mm.
a tight game. That would be a very tight game.
That'll be a tight one, right?
Yes. For the past two seasons, I would say Arsenal have was the better team, but
Mm.
this season, wow, it's going to be a very very good match. I'm looking forward to that match because
Mm.
Tottenham are excited, and I'm about to check what they are doing. Um,
But again, yeah, Sam. Just look into Manchester United's team as a team. Does that team look like a team that's going to challenge for major earners this season?
no, no, no. They won't even make it to the Champions League um, positions. They won't make it. They won't make the Champions League
People
uh,
in the charts
unless they change.
don't allow these YouTubers and bootlickers, don't allow them deceive you guys. Yeah, that Manchester United team is shit. These guys will never challenge for any major earners this season. See, yeah, I know it's too early. Of course, Sam, there's a possibility that it's too early. Yeah, there's some teams that start quite slowly, but that team is in Manchester United, in it. Of course, last season, I know, I know they missed, I think, their first three games, and then they sort of like kept going after that. I can really understand that, but again, there has to be a structure. This Eric Ten Hag's team doesn't have a spine, doesn't have a structure, doesn't have a well-established number 9 lying in the waiting to get them goals. I've looked at Rashford. Rashford is either injured or Rashford is either thinking of outfield issues, community service to do, and things that takes him off football. So I
Yeah.
can't really concretely say is that number 9 that would offer them something up front right now as it seems. They have a Casemiro who's done lots of Centurion jobs and hit jobs for Real Madrid. Well, this is the Premier League. You don't only have to do it for one season, you have to do it for 2, 3, 4 seasons. That's how it is. Can it cope with the intensity of this league? Well, this
Yeah.
is this is where it's heating up right now, man. Manchester United fans are now, hitting him very, very hard. Fernandez, I heard that his emotions and the way he talks is now affecting the team. You have a new goalkeeper in Onana. Onana is now a provider for that team, whether we like it or not, because his crossfield passes are the ones, actually meeting a forward line teammates rather than midfielders exposing and getting clear cut chances to actually spray passes to the forward players. It's a big problem. Varane can go under the treatment table at any time. So they're left with a shambles.
Yeah, so I believe Manchester United needs uh, the right players. With buying Mason Mount, I don't know what they were thinking for buying Mason Mount. It's as that was the worst purchase of their history.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Mason Mount does not make a difference in the midfield, and
In the
Casemiro
midfield.
doesn't cut it for Manchester United. They need somebody in that midfield to help out, get the midfield together and cover the back line, and they need somebody like Rodri.
Mm, mm. Oregon Gunner, that's my brother, yeah. Oregon Gunner is here in the house. It says, po, po, po. Oregon Gunner. Of course, I do know that you were with TJ Warren, of course, is your brother too. But thanks for coming around down here. Me and Sam Shafiq, we're doing our thing down here too, man. Sam Shafiq, one day you will be having a talk with the Oregon Gunner. He's also part of this channel. Me and him have a show together. And, one of these days, me and him and you might, have a show together on Real Talk and maybe discuss football together. So that's my real brother there. So, see, Sam. Uh, this Tottenham Hotspurs, yeah, of course, I know that Postecoglou has got them playing good football. I clearly understand that in terms of movement, in terms of like, if you're not with the ball, you have to be more agile in order to regain a possession. He's given a new lease of life to Bissoma. Under Conte, Bissoma was just meant to be tucked into that midfield, yeah, and not to move anywhere, just stay in that position. But right now, I said, seeing Bissoma, in fact, if you ask me, he was the man of the match for the day. If you ask me, the way he was moving with the ball, yeah, he literally was a powerhouse in that midfield. He was spraying passes. He was moving with the ball. He was in at the back end of those close call challenges to get on the ball, in the midfield area, retained possession of the ball, and actually helped Tottenham in most of their, attack-minded forward play. So, see, the problem there is that Tottenham Hotspurs right now they haven't gotten any goals from their outfield forward players. Yeah, Kulusevski hasn't been at the back of the net this season. They have Son, who hasn't been at at the back end of any goals this season. They also have Richarlison, who was also subbed in that game, also not scoring this season. What do you think? Do you think they genuinely have a striking problem down there?
They actually do have a problem. However, I think they will buy somebody, or they will buy a striker to come and challenge or compete with Richarlison. Richarlison is a good player. It just
Mm,
needs a good run of games, maybe 10 games, and then he will be back on track to scoring goals.
mm.
I think now Harry Kane is not there. It's Tottenham are a better team, and they are actually a team rather than individuals.
Rather individual, yeah. So you prefer, but again, would you prefer a guy who would give you 30 goals in a season
I think
than a team giving you 50, 60 goals in a season?
I
Huh?
think I prefer a team rather than a
No.
one man doing all the hard work, and I can see Tottenham getting together as a team rather than just focusing on one person. Two of their main big players in
Mm,
terms of their goalkeeper and their uh, their striker, both of them have left the club.
Yeah.
So and Maurice and Kane have left. Now all these youngsters are getting together to have an impact, a team impact, just
Yeah.
like how France was when they were
Yeah.
all youngsters. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think that's the impact they're going to bring to the table, and they might actually end up uh, second or third in the league.
Mm.
Yeah,
Totally understandable. See, we'll move on. We'll move on next to Aston Villa Everton. Man, that match ended 4-0. You said it was going to end maybe like 3-0 or something like
yeah.
that. Man,
Um,
Unai Emery teams are looking more dangerous. They came out from that game against Newcastle hurt. Yeah, and this time
yeah.
they said they would show Everton, uh, you know, a bit of that rod. And man, they, you know,
I believe Everton made it so easy for them, but Aston Villa are a very very good team, and they are on the rise as well. We
mm,
just have to see how they do in the next 10 matches.
the next 10 matches. But again, Aston Villa, McGinn is getting at the end. Plus Lewis is scoring goals. McGinn is scoring goals. Duran is scoring goals. Leroy Bailey is scoring goals. See, Unai Emery has gotten these guys scoring goals. Everyone is part of the national cake down there, scoring and having a new lease of life. He's gotten these guys playing amazing football. Like I still think that Unai Emery isn't getting the flowers that he deserves. But I really think that this season, yeah, is the season that people would start putting respect on on an Unai Emery team. Obviously, with Arsenal, we dismissed him even without him getting to understand English football at least for 2 seasons. Yeah, that's my true test for a manager. 3 seasons. He didn't have that time, but with Aston Villa and with the type of investment the owners are putting into that team, Aston Villa, see, man, these guys might really be the dark horses. Yeah, they might be the dark horse this season in the Premiership. What do you think?
Um, I think this season is going to be difficult for Aston Villa because they are in the are they in the Conference League?
I think they are. They just beat Hibernian. I think 5-0. See, it's hard. It's hard to
Um,
go to Hibernian in Scotland and go beat up those guys like that. Oh,
let me
they
see.
went there and smashed them up. Like series beating, man. They smashed them up. Douglas Lewis was scoring goals there again. Like seriously
Uh,
smashed them up. Beat them, put them up in the gutters, yeah? Like
was
totally
it?
took them to the laundry, dried them up and sprayed them all over the streets. In that Hibernian streets in Scotland. Totally messed them up.
Oh
That's
yes,
how
yeah. It
Unai
was
Emery's
yesterday.
teams is going
The match was
everywhere, destroying
yesterday.
teams.
Yeah, the match was yesterday. So yeah, um, they have Watkins scoring a hat trick. Wow.
Yeah,
Bailey
it's a big one.
and Douglas Lewis. So yeah, I think the only thing I would say is they would um, they would struggle on Saturday. Let's see their fixture on Saturday.
On Saturday, right?
Who are they playing? Aston Villa is playing. Not on Saturday. They're not playing. Um, on Sunday. Okay, they are playing Burnley, which is not
Mm,
far away from them.
yeah,
Um, I think it will be a good match for Aston Villa because they are tired. They have played yesterday. They're going to play
yeah,
on
true.
Sunday.
mm.
So Europa League will have an impact on their season.
On the season. Yeah, see, yeah, most teams that are in Europe this season, yeah, they'll literally struggle, you know, along the way. Yeah. Not really only because of European football that they'll be playing, but this international friendlies, yeah, that'll be coming up and international breaks. These are dangerous, dangerous international breaks coming up, yeah, and it will be reoccurring, almost every time during these breaks, and they'll be playing in Europe, and then they have to come back and face these domestic games. They'll literally struggle. But again, let's move away from Unai Emery and the boys.
Yeah,
Wolves getting smashed up, yeah, by Brighton. You said Brighton was gonna put these guys all over the street and mash them up totally. Yeah. Complete domination by Brighton. See, yeah, the Zerbi team, yeah. What the Zerbi is literally turning this Brighton team to, yeah. Of course, a Graham Potter did quite well with that team, but man, oh man, what the Zerbi is turning this team into, it's turning them into gold, into a gold man.
they are a top team. Brighton is a very very top team, and they will be playing West Ham next match. So I'm gonna tell you for the next. So Brighton is going to play West Ham, then Newcastle.
Yeah.
So I would say they will they will beat West Ham, they will beat Newcastle, they will beat Man United, and they will beat Bournemouth, Aston Villa, and then until they get to Liverpool, they will be top of the league. So
Oh
uh,
my God, man.
yes, so let's see how many matches.
Man, but,
Um,
but man, they need to be stopped. These guys need to be stopped. They need to
one,
be stopped.
two,
And
three,
Mitoma is scoring goals for fun.
four,
Mitoma is a completely different player this season,
five.
yeah. Of course, last season it was at the back end of lots of goals, but man, this season completely turned things around. You know, they have Matthew scoring goals, scored a double uh, in that matchup, man. And mind you, this is away. Sam, away. The way
Yep.
Brighton is playing, man, dangerous.
So for for Manchester City to go top of the league, they would
Mm.
have to score and not but 4-0 or
What
5-0 or 5-0 to
So you
on.
need your Haaland to score like 10 goals
So
in
we
one
need
game.
5-0. We need to
Mm.
beat Sheffield United 5-0 to be on top of the league.
Well, let's see. It's possible. Sheffield United are there for the taking anyway.
Yeah.
See, Sammy, Liverpool game. Yeah, that Liverpool game. Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 1. What do you think about that game?
I think Liverpool usually beats Bournemouth 5-0, 6-0, sometimes
6 nil.
9-0. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think Bournemouth did a big mistake by sacking O'Neill.
O'Neill.
Um, yeah. However, the um, Liverpool team is not that good, but they are good enough to beat Bournemouth. And
Yeah.
their next match is Newcastle. So that's when you will find out how good they are and how good
Yeah.
Newcastle is.
Mm, mm. And
Yeah.
of course, Diego Jota, in at the goal. Salah missing a penalty, but getting back and latched onto that penalty again, not to the rebound of the penalty and scoring that goal. And of course, Luis Diaz. And see, Liverpool, you want your front three, yeah, to be as lethal as it can be. Their front three is scoring goals right now. Salah is scoring, Diego Jota is scoring, Luis Diaz is scoring. Do you think this is something different for Liverpool? since in other teams, the strikers are not really in and about and scoring goals right now. So for Liverpool to have their front three to be scoring goals right now, is it something different? Does it bring something different to them as a team?
Definitely, it brings something different. However, there is a shake-up in the squad with Mohamed Salah possibly going to Saudi. So if that happens, then Liverpool are
They're in big trouble.
in
They're
big
in big
trouble.
trouble.
They
Big
are in big
trouble.
trouble.
They- Okay, okay, they have Cody Gakpo, yeah, but to be sincere, Cody Gakpo is nothing like a Salah on his day. Yeah, he's nothing like them. But
No,
God, but again, why would Salah make this kind of move? Is this the right
um,
move for him right now?
I think the match against Chelsea had an impact when he was substituted, had an impact on him and his mentality and his way of, you know, thinking. And
Mm,
now, if you watch the Saudi league, it's crazy. It's so intense and it's looking good. It's looking
mm.
good. So many people are interested in it now, and it's only the start. So
Wow, only the start. Hmm.
exactly. The information I'm getting right now, they will be coming after De Bruyne next season, and they will be coming after big name players
Big
next season.
name. Okay, we'll go to Arsenal, then we'll use the remaining minutes because the show is slated for 1 hour, 20, 25 minutes. So we'll use the remaining ones and do the predictions for the games. But look at this information you're seeing now because the next one is Arsenal. Arsenal, man like Matt says something. It says Arsenal looking to start talks with Newcastle over Isaac, valued around £60 million. What do you think?
Oh
Isaac,
wow, wow,
that's a big one.
that's a very big one. If they can get Isaac, that is a very big one. However, I think they are targeting the wrong names, the injury prone names like Jesus, like Jesus, like Gabriel Jesus. He's a
Yeah,
very good player, but he's a injury prone player.
injury prone player.
Yeah, and
Mm.
Isaac is the same thing if you look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is. But again, he's a goal scorer. He's a legitimate goal scorer. If you
yeah,
can keep him fit, he'll score you goals. He'll
he
score you goals.
definitely.
But again, there was an interview because right now we're in this Arsenal game now. Before we move into the predictions quickly, say Ivan Tony came out in an interview a couple of days ago, and then he said, "Yeah, he's a fan of Liverpool, but he grew up a fan of Arsenal, and that he loves Arsenal Football Club." If Arsenal goes for Ivan Tony by January, my brother, what do you think would be the outlook for Arsenal having Ivan Tony as their number 9?
I think Ivan Tony coming to Arsenal in January um, will give a very good push to Arsenal to win the
Mm,
league if
mm,
if they are at the top. That's a very good one. That's
mm,
a very good one, and I genuinely believe in Ivan Tony.
yeah, great play. See, Arsenal won that game against Crystal Palace. One goal to nil. What do you think?
That was a tough game. I was there.
Don't
That
be
was a
biased. Don't be biased about it. I know. We're pushing you guys for the title. I know, you have a
I think
little
that
bit
was
of
a tough
bias here
game.
and there.
I think that was a tough game, but Arsenal showed a character and and um, got the results because it's not easy going to those dark nights of Selhurst Park in
Mm,
South London. It's very intense, and their
yeah,
fans are intense. I must say,
very intense. Yeah, because
they
you were
they
there. You took
they are
interviews from them.
loud. They are loud, and
Ooh,
they are they get behind their team players
the team
and
players.
yeah. So It was really, really loud. I couldn't hear anything there. I couldn't even focus on the match because the
Yeah.
fans were so loud. Yeah.
Mm,
And
mm.
so for Arsenal to beat Crystal Palace, that was a very good result. A very good result.
But again, yeah, I hear you when you say it's a good result. But Sam, yeah, does this game signify? See, does it put Arsenal to you, to your person? Does it put Arsenal in this pedestal that Arsenal is grinding out points? Yeah, from places that are quite difficult to get this point. Is it a stuff of champions? Because you can look at it from two different angles. Is it a
Yeah.
stuff of champions, or is it something like a struggle for Arsenal?
I
So,
don't think it's
from
a
which point of
struggle.
view are we to look at it?
I don't think it's a struggle because if you look at Manchester City last season went to Crystal Palace and the same thing happened. It was only a penalty kick that helped them win the match. So and that those 3 points helped Manchester City win the league, and I believe that will help them. That those 3 points from Crystal Palace would have an impact on Arsenal's season. Now,
Mm.
it shows a good character of Arsenal. It shows that even if they are uh, not having their best day, they will get the results.
So you look at it as 3 points gained rather than Arsenal struggle. Is that how
No,
you see
I
it?
definitely look at it 3 points, 3 points gained, because Crystal Palace is not an easy place to go to.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I do share in that idea. When many Arsenal fans were saying they're gonna win by 6-0, I was just laughing at these guys, yeah, because they don't know what they're talking about. And we're also having problems with our defense also. So, Josh Partey playing at right back. That's how bad our defense, really looks like right now. But again, when you have William Saliba, who's probably the best, for me, if you ask me, the best centre back
He's a
in the
very good
whole of the.
person, by the way. William Saliba is a very good person.
Oh, were you able to talk to him?
So
Sam, I saw you, man. See, bro. Did Kai Havertz sign the ball for your son?
yes, yes, Kai Havertz signed the ball for my son, and even Saliba wanted to come to give us high fives, but the
Oh,
fans were crazy over Saliba.
ooh,
So, oh my God, they jumped over the fence.
mm,
Or there was some French girls there. They went crazy for Saliba. They were very, loud for Saliba, and Saliba had to be taken away by security to the bus. He wanted to come
mm,
to us, but he's a very good
yeah.
person. He's got a good personality, a good persona about him.
By him, yeah. Reverend Abe Matumba is here with us. Good evening, sir. How are you doing, Reverend? Big ups to you. Thank you for showing up to the show for us, man. He says, "Hello, Tony. How are you, Reverend? Big ups to you. Nice to see you here. Thanks for coming to support." And he says, "Greetings from Cameroon and greetings from where we are, me and Sam Shafiq." We're talking Arsenal, we're talking football, we're talking the Premier League, we're talking Man City, Newcastle, all these teams. Sam, let's go into the predictions for the games quickly. We're not going to spend time because, of course,
Yeah,
you're a family man. You have to go relax and have a drink with your family. See, Chelsea, Luton are starting the games
yeah. I think that would
tomorrow.
be a 3-0 Chelsea. 3-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea?
Hmm.
What evidence do you have to give Chelsea 3-0? They're not playing like a team right
I
now.
think they will wake up. The West Ham match was a wake up call for them, and
Okay.
Luton is not a team that can stop them, and they are at home, and they wanna have a win. They wanna have their first win, and there's no better team to play against, uh, other than
Yeah.
Luton right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they've
don't
just
know
came
which I don't know which game you'll be going to tomorrow, because we have in London we have Arsenal Fulham. It's been nice for you to go down there to
So we have
to get reports for us. Chelsea Luton also in London too.
no,
I
Chelsea
think
Luton
there's
is on Friday and Arsenal is on Saturday.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But will you be going to that Chelsea Luton
I'll be
area?
going to Chelsea and I'll be going to Arsenal. Both of them.
Oh, thank you, man. It would be very nice for us to get reports from yeah. And the good thing about your reports here, Sam, yeah, you're very how do I put it, tenacious person when you're going for your interviews. Yeah, you're fearless, man. There's no place you won't go to, no corners, nobody you won't approach, man. That's big ups to you, man, and that shows the type of person and the type of character you have mostly when you're working. Big ups to you. It would be nice to to see you do your thing, at Chelsea. Okay, good. Bournemouth, Tottenham Hotspur.
Bournemouth, Tottenham. It will be 4-0 Tottenham.
4-0 Tottenham. You're
Yes.
not even giving any chance to this guy here.
No.
Okay. All right. Arsenal Fulham. That's the big one. Arsenal
Arsenal
Fulham.
Fulham. Arsenal Fulham will be. It will definitely be 4-1 Arsenal.
4-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Is that Fulham team really that poor?
They are they're they're dead. They're dead. Arsenal is
Deadwood, right?
Arsenal is gonna kill them. So Fulham is gonna lose by 4-1.
4-1. Wow. Interesting. Brentford Crystal Palace. It's a London affair, London derby. Arsenal
Oh,
Fulham is London derby also, but Brentford Crystal Palace, hot
Brentford
match.
Crystal Palace will be 2-1 Brentford. 2-1 Brentford.
2-1 Brentford and Mbuemo. Oh my God, these guys are scoring without Ivan Tony.
They're good. They're good.
They're good. They're
They're
good.
good.
Yeah. Everton Wolves.
2-2. This will be a very bottom versus the bottom. 2-2.
2-2, right? Everton. Hmm. You know what? Yeah, I really think that Everton is a poor side. Any team can go there and beat Everton right now.
Yeah.
They're in for the taking. And
Yeah,
with
but
how I've seen Wolves,
Wolves is not, it's not good as well. They've just
no,
got the
Wolves have been okay. It's just that Wolves are unlucky. They're playing tough teams. Wolves have been playing tough teams. I
yeah,
think they played against, is it not Aston Villa?
and
And they played against Manchester United. So they've been a little bit unlucky too.
they played against Brighton, which were beaten
Sorry,
4-1.
Brighton
Yeah,
and Man United.
Man United. Yeah.
And Man
So
United, they nearly beat up Man United. It was just, with the referee's help that Man United were able to run away from that one. But okay,
exactly.
good and okay. Let's leave that one. Manchester United, Nottingham Forest.
I'm gonna call this a big one. Nottingham Forest is gonna win 1-0.
Ooh, guys, Sam Shafiq. If you're a Manchester United fan, just look away. Yeah? Sam Shafiq have just poured dust into you guys' season. Yeah, Sam Shafiq just said Manchester United 0. And wait, it's at Old Trafford, man. Are you serious? Oh,
One
I
0
got
Nottingham Forest.
1-0 Nottingham Forest. Guys. Brighton West Ham.
It's going to be 3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton. So you're not seeing any slowing down in this Brighton machine, right?
No.
Okay. Burnley, Aston Villa.
2-1 Aston Villa.
Hmm. It's at Top More. It's gonna be a tough game, actually.
It
It's
will
at
be a
Top
very
More.
tough game.
It will be a tough one.
It could go either way. I'm just
It
gonna
could
go
go
with that.
either way.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could go either way.
because Top More is not an easy place. They're giant killers for a reason. It's not gonna be easy. Yeah, they're gonna fight. They're gonna. They're gonna
And
fight. They're gonna
company,
come out.
Vincent Company would want to get something out of this game.
Exactly. He would want to. He would relish that opportunity. Sheffield United versus Manchester City. I can see a smile on your face, man. Just smile. Just smile. Just
No, I really want Manchester City to win with big numbers. This match is a good match for them to showcase their qualities. And Bernardo Silva is back. However, we don't have Guardiola on the bench.
yes, that's a big
Yeah,
situation.
so that could be a nerve, like a nervous one for us. So I
Mm.
would call it as 2-0 Manchester City.
2-0 Manchester City. Big ups, Luca. Luca, I was watching your holiday in somewhere, I don't know, but I saw it, man. Very good stream, man. You're transforming your channel. You're putting up a great stuff, man. Big ups to you, man. Guys who are gonna watch the show later on, you have to go down to Luca AFC. Is a partner of mine. We partner on some certain things because we're both Arsenal fans, and he's a great, great guy. I love that guy. Very good guy and nice guy to talk about Arsenal with. I'm waiting for a good chance for him to come down to my channel so we can talk Arsenal. Yeah, he had a very good docu series. Traveling and because he's a very avid traveler. So he put on that show. I just watched it. I spent some time watching it. Of course, I dropped my lights and stuff. So big up to you, look at AFC. See, Sam Shaffeq, the last one, but not the least. And it's the big one, yeah. This one, it's on Sunday, yeah. It's a big delight. Newcastle versus Liverpool, the big one. What do you think, man? And
Uh,
mind you, have you ever been to Northumberland before?
no,
Never. So you've
never.
never been to St James Park?
No.
Yes. Man, you have to try it, man.
Yeah.
It's a
So
deep, 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 deep atmosphere down there. It's a different place to be. But yeah,
I think this is going to be a very good game and full of goals. Full of,
ooh, full of goals.
yes. It can go either way. It can go either way.
Okay.
Because Newcastle are good at scoring goals. Liverpool are good at scoring goals. So I'm going to call it maybe 3-3 or 3-2 Newcastle.
So 3-3 or 3-2. If someone is gonna win, who are you gonna give it to?
Newcastle.
So even if Liverpool's front three are scoring goals and they still have Nunez on the bench, Gakpo on the bench, Diego Yota is scoring goals. Okay, McAllister will be missing from that matchup, yeah, because he got a red card.
No, that was cancelled.
It was cancelled. I don't
Yeah.
know of Tomiyasu's red card. He didn't push the guy. He just wanted to touch and release his hand, but they gave him a red card. So I don't know, man. The refereeing in this season is horrible. Sam,
Yeah.
we've come to the end of the show. Viewers, man, we've come to the end of the show, man. See, Sam, man, it's always nice to always have you on the show. The way you conduct yourself, the way you do the shows, so informative. You have the information down there. You're also an information guy yourself. So it's just nice to do shows with you. So easy to just run through these teams, and you always have the knowledge of each teams, and you just take us through them, and it's very exciting doing shows with you, my brother. And you do it with a smile, which is very important.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show, and I really appreciate it. And thank you to the viewers. And I will, I will bring you some more content tomorrow evening from Chelsea Luton. I'm excited for
Mhm.
that.
I'm excited for that one too. To be very, very nice to check out the information you're giving us. Please, Shan, can you tell people where people could find it?
They can find me on TikTok, artist.manager8, artist.manager8 on TikTok, and artist.manager on Instagram.
on Instagram. Yeah, and of course, Tony Claude Gunner TV. Of course, is my friend, and of course, he's also a business partner here with me. So, of course, we'll be working hand to hand to create content. And of course, Sam, I don't know what about our TikTok page for this our show, because
Yeah,
I know we're
soon
supposed
we're
to.
gonna get there. So if you look at this, I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can see it. I think you can
Yeah,
see
I
it.
see something, little stuff. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. It's not showing clearly anyway. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm planning to go to Arsenal training ground tomorrow.
Tomorrow, from the big guy himself, is going to Arsenal London Colney. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. It would be nice for you to get some info from there, man. Yeah, it'd be good if you
Oh,
could get some info and some little, here and there information from London Colney, man. So yeah. So from me and of course from Sam Shafiq, guys. We'll catch you guys soon. Next week we'll be coming back because this show will now be held every Thursday. Me and Deji Sports have moved me and his show, the Minority Report, because I take this show very, very seriously because this show is the future of this channel. I see this show as the future of this channel. So the Minority Report is a very big show. In fact, the best show I have here actually. So, but because of convenience purposes for Deji Sports and me, we've moved it to Sunday. So, me and Deji Sports show has been moved to Sunday. And because I take this show very seriously, and it is also, as I've said, the future of this channel. And of course, with the new partnership I have, my new business partner here with me, Sam Shafiq, we'll be doing lots of stuff together. So, it stays in prime slot for Thursday. So from me and Sam Shafiq, we are out. Peace out. Till next week, guys.